Okay, we'll see how this goes. This is video number 1 of my silly lame YouTube channel for keeping track of my snake journey. I'm planning to breed some of my snakes that I have. We're gonna do corn snakes, and probably sooner we'll do California king snakes. That's why I'm starting this, is I've got the male California Kingsnake here. We just picked him up and we're gonna unbox him so that I can see what he looks like. He seems very pleasant. In the store he seemed like a quite a nice boy, but we'll see if he is sassy or not when I take him out of the box. I'm just gonna arrange the camera so we can see while I'm doing it, see if I get attacked or not. Don't mind my mess. He's in here. So I decided to start this journey for myself, just to kind of keep track of it so that I can learn from the things that I do. I can document the experience and just have some fun with it. So see if I can grab you without you being upset with me. Ta-da! Voila! Here is our boy. He does not have a name yet. He is listed as a reverse stripe California Kingsnake. Put him up nice and close. He's very, very pleasant. He might be going into shed. He looks a little dull. They didn't mention it at the pet store, but from what I know of snakes, they're usually a little bit more vibrant. We'll have to see if he sheds or not. I'm just checking. He's got some scale damage. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. It looks like he scraped himself against something or something like that, and then the scales had to heal themselves. There's a little bit right here as well. Other than that, he looks very good. Very calm. Pleasant boy. He is a little bit bigger, or quite a bit bigger than our female right now. So it will not be this year that we breed them. Let me put you back so you can see me. Hi. It won't be this year that we breed them, just because California Kingsnakes are known sometimes to eat each other, especially during breeding. If they don't really like each other, they might eat each other. He is quite a bit bigger, and I don't want to risk putting him with my female and then having him eat her. So our goal for this year is to kind of match their sizes a little bit better. So I'm going to be putting my female on the same eating schedule as my baby corn snakes. And then he's going to be going on kind of like a maintenance diet, just so that he stays relatively this size. He probably won't get much bigger in the first place. But this is about as big as I want him to be until we can kind of get our female to be as big or bigger than he is. He's very nice. I'm very surprised. Mine is she's a little bit sassier, which the gentleman at the pet store told me just kind of, it's their personality. Sometimes they don't calm down. He seems quite calm, which is awesome. I love the way they look, so I would love to be able to handle them more. And he seems like a perfect candidate for that. So yeah, that's where we're at. He's beautiful. I will grab the female to show you guys. We're gonna get him kind of set up in his new home, and we will see how we make out. I'll be interested to see what kind of babies we end up with. I do not know what the morph of my female is. I had a breeder in, I believe he's in Tennessee. I believe it's Rocky Top Exotics. I will confirm and put that in. Super, super great guy. His name is Chris. He answered all my questions. I sent him a picture of my female, and he told me his best guess as to what she is morph-wise. And he suspects that she's a high white reverse stripe, and he is listed as a reverse stripe. So I don't quite know how genetics work in Kingsnakes yet. So that's kind of part of this process. When I was looking for information on it and like how the genetics work, how they interact with each other, there's not easy access to that kind of data. So I'm making this YouTube channel in hopes to kind of put that out there, make it more accessible. I know I'm a visual learner, so having to read it all and try and figure it out that way sometimes can be kind of frustrating. So I wanted to make a video record and kind of talk about different genetic combinations and how the genes actually work and how they interact and dominant versus recessive and all that stuff, just because I know a lot of people have interest in snakes and they're beautiful, beautiful animals, and I encourage anybody to kind of take a look at them, learn about them, because they're fascinating and there's so many different kinds. Having that data available or having that information available so that it's easier to access will help people understand more about these guys. I'm also learning how to sex snakes. I've done it before with ball python babies. I did that when I was about probably 19 years old. I used to work for a pet store or an exotic pet shop, and they had ball python babies that I had to sex. We did that via probing. Very cool, very delicate thing to do. But as far as these guys, like, I know a lot of people can say you can tell the difference just by looking at them. You can try and pop them, which for somebody this size, like, I'm not comfortable doing that. But just looking at the physical differences between males and females sometimes can tell you what it is, especially with like corn snakes or I believe hog noses and I believe king snakes as well. You can kind of tell just by looking at them what they are, as long as you know the difference. So I am trying to learn that as well. And I'll make a different video on the differences between males and females and all of that stuff, but for now, it's just an intro video with our newest friend. This is kind of the boy who's gonna start the whole process, so it seems fairly special, and I'm so happy that he's as nice as he is. He's very, very cool to hang out with. I love him already. Yeah. So I'm gonna get him set up. I will grab my female, who is not nearly as calm and collected as he is, and we will see you guys soon. Okay. So here's just a quick reference to my female. She is quite small right now. I've had her for quite a while, and she has not really grown that much. So I'm going to see if putting her on a more frequent feeding schedule helps us kind of even out the space. I will not be breeding them until she is at least the same size or larger than the male is. I don't want to risk anything happening to her. I've had her for long enough. I mean, I'm attached to them immediately after I get them. So I don't want anything bad to happen. I don't want to have to deal with any complications, and I would not risk her life for the sake of getting eggs if I'm not confident that the pairing will be okay. She's also just not big enough for breeding size as far as my understanding of it yet. So she's actually quite calm right now. She's not as chill typically as the one that he's in my sweater still. That's him. He's chilling in my hood. She's not that chill. She is for a while. She's still good. She doesn't really bite. I can grab her no problem most of the time. She is an escape artist, so that's been a learning process. But she's fairly calm. Like, she just kind of hangs out. Eventually she gets tired of being around, and then she just tries to get away. She doesn't get aggressive or anything like that. She just tries to get away. But I think the two of them combined will be a very, very good pairing when we get there, and we'll get some really good temperaments, hopefully. I am not confident in that statement where, you know, temperaments are dependent on the parents, but we'll hope. There you go. See? So if you make too much noise or anything like that, she just tries to escape. She's not musking on me or anything yet today, which is good because she usually does that. She's actually quite calm, but she is, I believe, a high white reverse stripe. So if we look at her back, you can see that she has those two stripes, very, very similar to the boy that I have in my sweater right now, but they're broken up quite a bit more because she is a high white. So she has less pigment overall. Even her like head, she has a beautiful, beautiful head. Her name is Phantasma. All of my snakes have P names. The very, very first snake I ever got was named Pluto. Thanks to my brother. He got it for my birthday. It was a ball python. He's unfortunately not with us anymore because he was a lesser B, so he had the spider gene, and his condition kind of deteriorated as he got older. But since then, when I got her, I decided that all of my snakes will have P names. So she started with Phantasma, and then everybody after that has a P name. So we have to think of a P name for a very chill boy who's hanging out. But that's the future breeding pair, hopefully. She's going on a heavier feeding schedule so that I can try and get her to be a bit bigger. And then the boy back here is going on kind of a maintenance diet just because I don't need him to be bigger. So that's where we're at. They both have beautiful, beautiful little faces, and they're both quite polite. So we'll see where we end up. I'm gonna go put her back and then set the boy up in his enclosure probably shortly. I kind of like that he just likes to sit with me, so I might just kind of hang out with him for a bit. Bye!